Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Novia Praditha from Universitas Pelita Harapan, Indonesia. Together with Mrs. Lemy and Mrs. Juliana, today I would like to present our study entitled Tourism Marketing Expenditures and International Tourist Arrivals, a Systematic Literature Review. This study examines whether national tourism promotion budgets actually contribute to increasing international tourist arrivals, particularly in the context of post-pandemic tourism recovery. We hope our findings can offer evidence-based insights for both researchers and policymakers. Governments around the world are currently spending billions of dollars on tourism recovery and destination promotion. However, an important question remains. Do tourism promotion budgets actually increase international tourist arrivals? This question becomes increasingly relevant in the post-pandemic era, where tourism destinations face limited fiscal resources while simultaneously competing to attract international tourists again. Therefore, the study attempts to synthesize existing empirical evidence regarding the relationship between national tourism marketing expenditures and international tourist arrivals. The COVID-19 pandemic caused one of the largest disruptions in global tourism history. According to UNWTO, international tourist arrivals dropped by more than 70% in 2020, which was the worst decline in decades. Although global tourism has gradually recovered since 2022, the pace of recovery remains uneven across destinations and regions. At the same time, many governments and destination marketing organizations, or DMOs, have started restoring tourism promotion budgets. However, in Indonesia, the national tourism promotion budget has not yet been fully restored to pre-pandemic levels, even as international arrivals have begun to improve. You can see on the screen. So this creates an important policy issue. How can limited tourism promotion resources be allocated effectively to generate international tourism demand? The effectiveness of promotion expenditures is still debated as well. Findings remain inconsistent across destinations, time periods, and analytical approaches. Existing studies on tourism promotion and tourism demand remain highly fragmented for three key reasons. First, there is still no systematic synthesis specifically focusing on national tourism promotion budgets and their effect on actual international tourist arrivals. Second, previous findings remain inconsistent across destinations, markets, and analytical approaches. The third, most studies focus primarily on branding, destination image, or behavioral intention, rather than on realized international tourist arrivals as the outcome variable. Therefore, the study aims to answer the following research question. To what extent do national tourism promotion budgets contribute to international tourist arrivals? Through this systematic review, we aim to synthesize evidence on the budget performance relationship across destinations, markets, and time periods, moving from fragmented existing studies toward a more integrated systematic understanding. This study conceptualizes tourism promotion expenditure as a demand-shifting policy instrument, not merely a marketing cost. The framework follows a four-step pathway. It begins with national promotion budgets allocated by governments or DMO. These expenditures can increase destination visibility through branding, awareness, and accessibility. Improved destination visibility may then reduce uncertainty among travelers and increase travel intention, ultimately contributing to higher international tourist arrival. However, as the framework notes, the effect is highly contextual and may be moderated by market characteristics, digital strategies, and lag effects. This means that effectiveness depends not only on budget size, but critically on how the budget is strategically allocated across markets and channels. This study adopts a systematic literature review approach guided by the PRISMA 2020 framework, combining two complementary analytical layers. For the bibliometric component, we used published or perished as a search tool to collect a broader set of 1,185 journal records on tourism marketing and tourism demand. These records were then mapped using Force Viewer through keyword co-occurrence analysis to identify thematic clusters and conceptual relationships in the wider literature. For the systematic review component, we conducted a focused database search across corpus and Web of Science that produced 269 records. These were screened using confidence with dual reviewer screening to ensure transparency and consistency. The study period covered publications from 2000 to 2025. Eligibility criteria were developed using the PICOS framework, covering tourism destinations, tourism promotion expenditure, comparative context, tourism demand outcomes, and empirical research designs. From the 269 screened studies, a total of 16 empirical studies met all eligibility criteria and were included in the final synthesis. The first viewer mapping of the broader 1,185 record dataset reveals that the literature primarily clusters around three broad ideas: tourism promotion and destination marketing, tourism demand and expenditure, and inbound tourism outcomes. Importantly, the map also reveals a relative weak linkage between inbound tourism and marketing expenditures, confirming that studies specifically connecting promotion budgets with actual international tourist arrivals remain limited and fragmented in the existing literature. This conceptual gap validates the need for our systematic review. Within the 16 eligible studies extracted through confidence, the synthesis reveals four major thematic areas: marketing expenditure and return on investment, promotion financing and budget allocation, destination-specific contextual effects, and the role of digital and data-driven promotion strategies. In summary, the bibliometric map tells us that tourism marketing and tourism arrivals are often studied separately, while our confidence review bridged this gap by focusing specifically on their empirical relationship. The systematic review included 16 eligible empirical studies spanning destinations such as Australia, Hong Kong, Mauritius, Malaysia, Andalusia, New Zealand, Japan, and others. Crucially, all 16 studies identified at least one positive relationship between tourism promotion expenditures and tourism demand outcomes. No included study found a consistently negative effect. The dominant finding is clear. Tourism promotion budgets contribute positively to tourism demand across a wide range of destinations, markets, and time periods. However, the effects remain highly contextual. Several studies show that effectiveness depends on market characteristics, digital strategy, allocation efficiency, lag effects, and budget compositions. As the evidence makes clear, higher spending alone does not automatically generate proportional increases in tourist arrivals. How budgets are allocated matters as much as, or maybe more than, how much is spent. This study suggests that tourism promotion budgets should be understood as strategic public policy instruments, not merely marketing expenditures. Three key implications emerge from the findings. The first is promotion budgets function as an important policy lever. National tourism promotion budgets can measurably influence international tourist arrivals when deployed effectively. The second, DMOs should prioritize targeted allocation strategies, directing resources toward markets and channels with the highest marginal returns, rather than simply increasing total budget size. The third, tourism promotion strategies must be market specific. Different source markets respond differently to promotional stimuli, meaning a one-size-fits-all approach is suboptimal. The Indonesian context provides a compelling illustration. Despite promotion budgets remaining below pre-pandemic levels from 2020 onwards, Indonesia's international tourist arrival exceeded model predictions during the 2023 to 2025 recovery phase. This suggests that strategic allocation efficiency and promotion composition can compensate for overall budget constraints. That was a finding with a direct implication for post-pandemic policymaking in fiscally constrained destination. In conclusion, this study finds that tourism promotion expenditures generally contributes positively to international tourist arrivals. though the effects remain heterogeneous and context-dependent. The study also highlights that research explicitly connecting national promotion budgets with actual tourist arrivals remain relatively fragmented in the existing literature. Both the First Viewer Map and the Confidence Review confirm this gap. Future research should be therefore focused on source market analysis, comparative destination studies, long-term evaluation, and the effectiveness of digital promotion strategies. Ultimately, tourism promotion budgets should not merely be viewed as marketing expenditures, but as strategic public policy instruments for tourism recovery and destination competitiveness. This reframing has important implications for how governments and DMOs prioritize, justify, and evaluate their promotions investment. So thank you very much for your attention. I would be happy to take any question or feedback.